The fourth reason why pros are a lot better than your average weekend angler is they're more efficient. And what I mean by efficiency is twofold. First, pros are literally 5 times better at casting than any weekend angler. What I mean by like better at casting is not just like, oh, they can, cast a little bit better. Like literally almost every pro on tour, if they want to, they can put a bait. If they're sitting on this boat dock, they're going to be able to put a jig all the way underneath this boat dock, skipping it, and have it come out through the other side on... Oh, I'm not even showing the right screen. Give me a second here, guys. Sorry. I am showing the wrong thing. Here we go. So, literally, they're going to be able to skip a jig from this side of the boat dock all the way through the other side of the boat dock over here, first cast almost every single time. They're also going to be able to go down a bank with their trolling motor on high, so 8 out of 10, and be able to keep that trolling motor going and place a bait with quiet precision right on the spot, right next to every laid on log while moving at 3 miles an hour. So they're going to be able to put that bait perfectly, no splash, reel, make another cast. The ability to hit targets every single time without thinking about it, being able to manipulate your trolling motor well, being able to cover water quickly and make accurate casts is going to put 3 to 5 extra fish in the boat on average on a good fishing day every time you go out. So the ability to cast well, the ability to cover water quickly while being still efficient and casting well is one of the main advantages that pros have over a weekend angler. And you could be fishing the exact same bait, the exact same pattern, the exact same deal. And if you can't cast as well as a pro or maneuver your boat as well with your trolling motor, you're going to be at a 3 to 5 fish deficit to that pro every single time you go to the lake. So, to improve on this, one of the big things I can recommend is if you're serious about your fishing, go in your backyard and practice your casting. I have a bunch of videos on my channel, just type in Fish the Moment casting instruction, of how to get better at casting, how to improve your actual technique, how to practice casting. I have videos on all of that. And I used to be, I won the Casting Kids National Championship twice. And I don't know if that many people know about that, but I was a Casting Kids National Champion twice. The first time I won it, I was 8 years old. I was at the Bassmaster Classic and actually casted on the floor of the Superdome. And this was the old Superdome before Hurricane Katrina back in 2003. So I was on the floor of the Superdome casting in the circle where the boats for the Bassmaster Classic go in a big circle. And basically I was casting at a target. One second here. I'm going to pull up my screen here. There we go. You can see me now. So I was casting at this little target and a little Berkeley jig on a Zepco 33, whipping it around, and I won that Casting Gauge National Championship. You had to go through like a qualifier and a state championship, a national semifinals, then a final. It was like a whole deal, and that was kind of cool. And that's how I got my start in fishing. And so I have always been really good at casting. That's what I was known for when I fished in the junior tournaments, stuff like that. Even, when I was getting into, I used to do cast-offs at the Bassmaster Classic against all the Mercury Pro teams. So you may have seen me back in the day. I was casting against Hank Parker and like Byron Velvick back in the day, Randy Howell. You guys probably know some of these guys. And they would basically put me out there and they're like, hey, here's this Johnny kid. He's the casting kid. And I would cast and I would beat all the pros at casting. So that was like my gimmicky thing that I used to do. And now I'm fortunately now known more for fishing than just casting, but I do want to get back into the casting instruction because it's kind of cool. Let's see here. Let's transfer back over here. So I don't know if you guys really cared about that, but regardless, that's one thing is the efficiency there. But the other thing about efficiency is that pros are going to be able to, kind of like we talked about earlier, go through these spots. Like I put a point here, a point here. They're going to be able to go through this area. They're going to make the best cast at the best angle, right on target, first or second cast every single time. Because they understand how the structure is laid out. They understand with the wind position, the wind angle, where the fish are going to position, all these different factors. And their bait is going to be in the strike zone on almost every single cast. One thing I see a lot of guys do is they might slop through an area, maybe fishing down a bluff wall like this, and they might put their boat over here out in the middle of the lake, and they might make cast straight in on the bank, just like that. And that's where they're going to make their cast. And this is going to basically make their bait stay in the strike zone for like maybe 5 to 6 seconds out of the cast. The rest of the time it's going to be out of the strike zone because you're on the steep bank, the bank is sloping, those fish might be sitting in 15 feet. Well, 15 feet of water might only be, a 2-foot section of your cast. After that, you're going to drop into deeper water, and you're going to be inefficient. Where a pro angler is going to know those fish are in 15 feet of water based on their practice and based on dialing in their patterns. They're going to put their boat parallel to this bank, and they're going to cast right down in that 15-foot zone and keep their bait in the strike zone 90% of their casts rather than 10% of your cast like most weekend anglers will. And this is just one of many, many examples of how pros are more efficient. Pros are also more efficient at dialing in boat dock fishing or fishing on a point or fishing offshore structure, whatever it is. Pros are able to dial in what the key cast is in the key section a lot better than the weekend angler based on experience and also understanding the patterns. And that's one thing I'm going to be talking about a lot more in my videos, guys, is actual boat positioning and casting angle. And one thing that's really cool, I got a drone, and I'm actually able to put the drone up in the air while I'm fishing and show you the exact camera angle or the exact angle of how I'm casting, how I'm setting up against the bank. And a lot of my videos going forward, I'm going to be keying in on the patterns on the casting angle and improving the efficiency aspect, because I wish I could just make a video on efficiency in general, like how to improve it, and it's very technique specific, but I'm going to be doing that going forward in my videos, and I'm kind of dialing in the videos a bunch. I'm going to be dialing in a lot more to give you more information. I have a whole list actually here. I'll give you guys like a little snippet. I won't show you the whole thing, but I got a little list here. I got the 10 forces of fishing, all the different things, and I actually create like storyboards for my videos now where I'm like checking off, like making sure all the info's in there so I don't miss anything. I used to just kind of make sure I had stuff in there, but now I'm like very intentional about getting everything in there